They arrested O.J. right after he came back from the trip. To me, when they examined him, there should have been some bruises on him that were indicative of a fight.
To Bill Deere, it was impossible for the killer to have come out of such a fight with nothing but a cut on his hand. And what's more, Ron Goldman was no average opponent. He was trained in karate.
I think that's the one thing that really caught me off guard. How do you fight with Ron Goldman, a karate expert to some degree, who's got 20-some-odd stab wounds, who's fighting for his life? He's got bruised knuckles. There's marks on the bottom of Goldman's tennis shoes. There's a mark across the canvas top of it where he's trying to kick out, trying to defend himself in the karate motions in the defensive posture that he's been taught. Charles, you've had a chance to look at the crime scene pictures as much as we could really give you.
Medic and trained karate expert Charles England has studied the Goldman fight. Bill wants Charles to show him how he thinks the fight occurred.
Come on in, Jason. I want to demonstrate what's happening in the fight scene. Ron Goldman comes by here. He's surprised by a strike. He's blocking. He's coming in. The assailant's right here. He's defending himself. He's striking. The assailant's coming down, trying to overbear on him. He's coming in. I'm stabbing. He leans back to the side kick. Boom, he gets struck. He comes back in. 1, 2, he struck in, and 3.
Would there be any wounds or any marks on your body based on what Goldman has just done to defend himself and protect his life? If there were bruised marks on the knuckles, what would that be indicative of to you as a professional?
He struck him. He struck him multiple times.
Stick your hands up to strike him.
I would say there would be strike wounds in here and to the facial area. Reading the autopsy report, he had bruises around these 2 knuckles and somewhat the third, meaning he sunk his fist into the man.
Could I have done this fight without any bruises whatsoever on my body? What would be the least I could walk away from?
The least you could walk away from would maybe be a black eye, some bruised ribs, maybe even broken ribs.
But when Simpson was examined shortly after the murders, no injuries or bruises were found, except for 3 small cuts on his left hand. Simpson has given various answers about the cuts, from a broken glass in his hotel room in Chicago to wrestling with his son. Forensic pathologist Dr. Werner Spitz viewed the photographs and testified in court against Simpson.
These were not glass cuts. And what they were fingernail marks. How did they happen? He held her with his arm around her neck, she with her long acrylic fingernails tried to get his arm off, inflicting those wounds, which by location on the fingers corresponded to that kind of a grasp.
But even if they were fingernail marks, Goldman or Nicole couldn't have caused them. Goldman's nails were too short. And though analysis of Nicole's acrylic nails did show blood, it wasn't Simpson's. It pointed to someone else with a different blood group type B.